Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and I have 7 children. One of them has just started college, but my youngest is 4 years old and still hasn't started school yet. And I've had a lot of kids over the year who have been in preschool, and so today I thought I would do my top 10 list of games that I found work really well with kids in preschool. Now, I'm not talking about let's see how amazing our kids are and how smart our kids are, and my kid can play this very complicated game. I'm looking for games I think that are fun, maybe a little educational, that help the kids think, just games that I found work well across the board. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 10 is The Princess and the Pea. Now, we've all played probably Jenga before, games where you pull things and not have stuff fall over. The Princess and the Pea is based on that bedtime story about the princess who slept on 18 mattresses or whatever and still felt a pea. And this game has a little green marble, and then you're putting these mattresses and pillows and blankets on top of that, and then putting the princess on top without making her fall off. It is not that hard of a game to not make the princess fall off, but it's just hard enough, and it's silly fun, and little kids will get a giggle and a laugh out of watching the princess go on top. And it also bookends very nicely with the story itself. Number 9 is either Kitty Bitty or Froggy Boogie. There's different versions of this game. There's a lot of memory match games out there where, including the very popular memory match where you turn over 2 things. This one has little wooden animals with 2 eyes, and you'll roll some colored dice that will match one of the different people out in the middle or one of the animals, and then you take one of their eyes and you're trying to find the proper one to move farther on a grid. Simple, but it has really nice chunky wooden components. That's either Kitty Bitty or Froggy Boogie, pretty much the same game. Number 8 is Funny Fishing. Now, this one actually works well with older kids too, but I found that this one works well with toddlers. Basically, you have a bunch of fishing poles that are attached to fish. You turn over a card. You need to get that fish, and you do so by taking a fishing pole and following the lines as they're all mixed up till you get to the thing you want. This, I think, works pretty well as a solo game. You're like, all right, your turn, kid. Here we go. Boom, turn over the card. Can you find it? And they have a lot of fun. I found that this one works really well. Funny Fishing. Number 7 is Take the Cake. Oh, cake. Cake for breakfast, cake for lunch, cake for dinner. That's what kids will have. They like this little cupcake game where you're going to shake out shapes as sprinkles and decorate cupcakes and matching colors and shapes and symbols. Works really well. And besides, who doesn't like cake? Number 6 is Crazy Mixed Up Zoo. I hesitate putting this one on the list because I don't know how easy this one is to find, but I found this one to be fantastic. You have a bunch of animals. You're going to change 2 of them, move their positions, and change their color slightly. And the kids will close their eyes and look, and they have to figure out what changed. That's good for observational skills. It's fun. There's little magnetic boards. They just mark which ones they thought changed. I found this works really well with preschool kids. Number 5 is I Spy Dig In. Now, I Spy works well in total. This one looks like a cereal bowl filled with all sorts of little toys, which incidentally you can play with when you're not playing the game itself. But basically, you turn over a card, find those toys, and you're just searching through and finding them as fast as you can. There's a lot of these games where you got to go through and find some stuff, but this one works well because it's just like a big bowl of little plastic toys. And who doesn't like that? I Spy Dig In. Number 4 is a pricier game on my list, but I think it works really well. And this one you'll find yourself playing with when your kids aren't around is Beast of Balance. Now, what this game does is it comes with a little scale, and it works with your smartphone or your iPad or whatever. And they work together, and you'll put different animals on top of this. They'll show up on the screen, and you can crossbreed them and make all kinds of weird little animals. Like you'll start with a bear and an alligator, and now they're crossed, and there's a bear gator. And at the same time, it's like a little bit of a Jenga where you don't want things to fall. It's extremely durable. There is gobs and gobs of weird animal combos and even a good scoring thing which works, but for little kids, just that putting things together and watching what happens when you crossbreed these animals or decide to take an eagle and make it live in the ocean and now it's a fish eagle or whatever, fun. And the iPad and the app kind of they pop out. This game is just fantastic. Number 3 is My First Stone Age. Stone Age is a great game for adults. I like Stone Age. I play it often. It's in my collection. My First Stone Age is a game where you're going to be moving around a track on the outside board and collecting resources and then using those resources to build huts. Little kids can get that. You go here, get some wood. You go here, get this resource. Do you have the resources you need to build this hut? You do. Great. So it teaches them, here's a goal, here's the things you need to go to get that goal, get it, build it. Simple, easy, great components. Number 2, Catch the Match, or a more modern version, Spot It. Spot It's all over the place. Spot It's a very simple concept. Turn over 2 cards, find the same thing that's on both cards. There's one thing that's the same on any 2 cards in the deck. There's all kinds of variations of Spot It, but the basic game works well, and you will find that your preschooler may start whooping you in this game because they're faster to find the thing that's exactly the same on both. A really good game, Spot It. And number 1 for my favorite games for preschool is from a company called Haba, which incidentally I could have put their whole library up here. If you're not sure what game to get your preschooler, Haba is the answer. But Animal Upon Animal. And there's little kids Animal Upon Animal, adult Animal Upon Animal, jungle animal. There's like many different versions. They all work together and they all work for preschoolers. They're just wooden animals that you are stacking together in different things without making them fall over. That's basically what it is. It's like Jenga, but the pieces are all cool and fun, and you got alligators and snakes and pigs and monkeys, and it depends what version, and all the versions are compatible with each other, and you can build and just play and learn not to make things fall over. It helps dexterity. It is a great game. These are my 10 recommendations for preschoolers that I have. There's many, many more on our channel. We talk about these games all the time, and I recommend you check them out. What are your favorites? Mention them in the comments. Tell other people about them. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and these are the top 10 games for preschoolers.